To Be Hero X might be one of the most refreshing new gen animes I've watched this year. I went into it almost completely blind, and seeing them go from an arcane aesthetic to like this Cartoon Network Scissor 7 style of animation in the middle of a fight genuinely had me flabbergasted.
This is just another puzzle. You've thrown worse at me, Miss J.
I have no idea what you're talking about! What the f*** happened? What happened? What happened?
It's a Chinese superhero anime that has a unique power system. A hero's strength and abilities are decided based on a trust score, which is then calculated based on how many people believe in you, which is then reflected on your wrist. So you mean to tell me that this is a superpower based completely on how much motion you have, how much clout you have? So hypothetically speaking, if you guys all subscribe to me right now, I could become X? Jokes aside though, it's a really cool concept. Imagine someone like King from One Punch Man, or hell, even Buggy from One Piece. Since everyone already believes they're extremely OP, they'd actually become the strongest hero of all time. They chose to structure it in a way that the main character changes every couple of episodes while still having plot relevance in the story later on. So it like consistently re-engages you as the audience, always having like a new person to focus on. Anyways, let's cut the yapping and get straight into the meat and potatoes. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit different right now. I'm so ill, but I promise to stay consistent, so here I am. It starts with the Berserker from Fate Stay Night having a squabble with Homelander, but turns out it's just an advertisement for the superhero called Nice, made by our main character Ling Ling. The advert honestly looked good, but Agent Coulson wasn't messing with it because it promoted the possibility of anyone becoming the Hero X, as he straight up begins to cuss him out.
You ain't never gonna be shit. Your mama wasn't shit. Your daddy wasn't shit. You think you gonna be some shit?
He ends up firing bro, so Lin Lin goes to the roof where he sees a celebrity crush on a billboard who's currently in a relationship with Nice. He's jealous of him, so sticks up his pinky finger, and this just unlocked a whole childhood memory of me in elementary school using my pinky instead of my middle finger because it was meant to be the same thing in China. I thought it was just folklore, but the whole time it was actually true. But as he does that, Nice flies down, and I thought we were gonna have a recreation of that one Homelander scene where he tells the suicidal girl to jump off a building, but nah, this light-skinned Aura walks towards Ling Ling, hits him with the double gun fingers before genuinely offing himself. I know I shouldn't laugh, but what? It's been like 3 minutes. Nice's manager pulls up looking for him and apprehends Lin Lin since he's now a witness. Cauliflower from One Piece is tweaking since their top of the line talent just decided to commit seppuku for whatever reason. But as she's interrogating Ling Ling, she realizes they low-key look the same, as the next scene just cuts to Ling Ling becoming the new Nice. Normally this wouldn't work with a conventional power system, but since the trust system is all based on belief, it actually doesn't matter who plays Nice. As long as the people think it's the same person, the powers will be transferred. They manipulated the story and made it so that it was actually Ling Ling who jumped, practically erasing Bro from existence. And after some training, performances, and media appearances, Ling Ling has become Nice. This low-key reminds me of that one iconic Nike advert called The Switch. If you know, you know. It's time for him to link up with his fan shit because they are going on some couples TV show. The usual host couldn't make it, so this hero named Enlighter, who's ranked 249th in the hero rankings, will be taking over. They start the quiz, and since it's being live broadcasted, it's important to keep up appearances. However, this Redditor over here figured out that Ling Ling isn't really nice and wants to expose him, so took over the show and asked him a bunch of nonsense questions to bring down his trust score. He asked him some bullshit like how many commercials has Moon been in, but because Ling Ling was on the marketing team for Moon and Nice, he actually knows the answers to all of the questions, which makes B-Tech Miyamura extremely angry. This whole thing actually made Nice's trust score go up even more because all the Twitter fangirls get to see their favorite ships set sail. So in their last resort, Bro brings out Ling Ling's old boss because after they made it seem like Ling Ling offed himself, he lost his job, so Bro's trying to get back at Nice. This venom-like substance starts oozing out his body as he equips his whip, moving like Trevor Belmont. He follows up with a Magneto ult, but Nice dodges it as he continues to weave all his hits and lands an Orewara Strikada straight to the chest, sending him flying. Nice's management team don't even care about the squabble since it's going viral on social media and just increasing his trust score. And you know, that's cool and all, but how is this Japanese salaryman keeping up with anime Superman in hand-to-hand combat? Look at his hairline, he gotta be pushing 50. That's when they explain that as well as the trust score system, there is also fear, and fear acts as a counter to trust, which can make you equally as strong if you acquire enough of it. I'm guessing, like, I don't know, this is so cool. The salaryman turns his goldness into Nejire, charging at Nice just to get chopped down in one hit the same way Saitama did Garo. He launches another AoE attack, which must have been the equivalent of him going Super Saiyan, because he started to take absolutely zero damage from Nice. His suit looks like the Hulk Buster and even has the Iron Man Unibeam. Fear might Loki be even more powerful than Trust. Nice is being absorbed by the fear, but as he gets a flashback, the animation switches to something straight out of Cartoon Network. Nice locks in, fighting off all the demons, and chooses to be a hero. He balls his fist and deflects the dark energy beam, walking down his boss and socking him in the stomach as he transforms back to base form. Sensational. He saved the day, kept his shorty, and gets to go home to his mansion. We gotta be grateful this power system doesn't exist in real life. Now imagine it meant that they'd get superpowers too.
Cracker got an AR, like he's shooting schools up. Yellow wide body, Hellcat look like a school bus. Throw up in that water, I ain't had no scuba. Clap on my lap, up and blow like a tuba. You just a hating bitch, guys don't give two fucks. You just like to talk a lot, you ain't finna do.
We found out some more lore about Moon. She was a country girl travel vlogger that would travel around and experience the world. Sounds pretty peak. After gaining a big following, she gained the power of teleportation since her followers wanted her to travel to more places. One day, Nice saved her from a car crash and the internet turned into My Hero Academia fans, shipping them together so much that their managers arranged so that they would start dating. Damn. Yo, imagine shippers had this type of power. You do something nice for your homie and next thing you know, you two are getting shipped on Media Talk. It's raps. Moon must agree because as we see them behind closed doors, it's clear that she does not mess with bro at all. It might be because she found out that he's a fake, but I'm pretty sure she also didn't care about the original Nice because she didn't even like bat an eye at finding out that bro was dead. Moon has been pretending to be Nice's girlfriend for 3 years and has been trying to get out of it, but because she signed that 360 could have been Record's contract, they basically own her and now they want her and Nice to get married. Look at Ling Ling, bro, he's just happy to be there.
His wife.
You can't be serious.
Of course. Do you
love the way I do when I love your body? And do you love
Boy, if you
And hey, I can't even blame him. Dr. Uma is gonna have to let this one slide for the one time. This is some elite milk. They get locked in the room until Moon agrees to the marriage. So she decides to show her true colors and this is literally that one Lego Batman meme. This man Ling Ling is in love. You know, Moon kinda reminds me of Karuizawa from Classroom of the Elite. I don't know. They spend some time together and they are beginning to grow on each other. This might even work out. Ling Ling asks why she can't just use her teleporting powers to leave this place. But because the people wanted to be by Nice's side, her powers have been completely altered and now all she can do is teleport to where Nice is at. That's wild. So your entire moveset can just get reworked based on the belief of the people. On that note, YouTube has been testing this new hype feature. If you're enjoying the video, make sure you hype it so I get boosted in the algorithm. I'll be sure to use my powers for good when the time comes. They end up being stuck in a mansion together for a whole month with no PS5, no air fryer, no phone, no internet, just them. I genuinely think I might go insane. But Mrs. J was low-key cooking because she says that spending that much time together without any other distractions is bound to get them to fall in love, as the next scene just cuts to them actually getting married. Kidding? Yeah, after spending weeks stuck in there, Ling Ling thought he had enough prep time, so asks if she wants to give the marriage thing a try. But obviously, she still ain't with that, which is fair. So he comes with a new plan where they can stage a fight where Moon gets killed so the fans think she's dead, allowing her to be freed. So as we cut back to the wedding, this guy called Rek, who's supposed to be Nice's arch nemesis, says he objects to the marriage, and I quote, "If I can't have you, no one can." This is how I might have to intervene at my homie's wedding when he gives his speech and says that she's the funniest person he's ever met. Nice tells him to leave, but bro leaps 12 feet into the air and goes for a down heavy of doom and despair. Nice dodges as they clash and he pushes them all the way into a stage change. It seems like the villain has gone rogue because I think he still thinks that Ling Ling is the real Nice. It's clear they had a close relationship. Mrs. J tries to calm bro down, but he's not trying to hear all that, so imbues his black blade with lightning, earthbending the terrain to something that looks straight out of Xenoblade Chronicles. Rek takes off his mask and threatens to kill Moon, who still hasn't realized that this man is completely serious if he doesn't tell him where the real Nice is. So Ling Ling tells him that the real Nice offed himself, and that shit had homeboy distraught. Man, I fell onto my knees when the law came. Rek goes berserk and starts launching his black lightning AoE attacks. Mrs. J tells them to abort the mission, but Ling Ling got other plans, as once again the animation slowly fades into 2D. He goes to close the distance, dodges the Gatsuga Tensho, dodges the earth bending, picking up Moon as they continue to parkour towards Rek. They activate their team up ability and Moon begins applying full court pressure. Okay. She TPs with the deep kick, free falls from the top rope landing on his sword as they begin JJK jumping the deepest creepers out of him. This is probably how Hanami felt fighting against Yuji and Todo. 99 chemistry, straight green links. He says bet and charges up another Gatsuga Tensho that disperses into many energy balls raining down like Radan's gravity attacks. They come out unscathed as Moon alley-oops Nice for the nastiest Detroit smash I've seen since Prime All Might. Look at the impact frames, hit my boy so hard the animation returned to 3D. Damn. We get a flashback from Rek and it's honestly kinda tragic. Him and the original Nice used to be best friends that wanted to become heroes together, but after signing that 360, the scripts turned them into enemies. They were still homies behind the scenes, but even he wasn't aware of the mental torment Nice was going through through, because one day he stopped replying to his text messages. Hey bro, just take this as a sign to check up on your peoples. You never know what someone is going through, even if they're smiling on the outside. Being a hero in 2B Hero X is less like being a conventional hero like a Spider-Man or a Superman, but I would honestly say that it's more akin to being a hero in The Boys. Like the politics, the fabrication, the money, it all takes the authenticity away from the actual point of being a hero. So that probably took like a mental toll on Nice, so he just decided to give up. We turn back to Moon, who's taken the opportunity to fake her death, and even though it's not a real death scene, seeing Nice break down, knowing that he genuinely loved her, still hit home. Unrequited love just seems so painful. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Like damn, look at her, she's all happy and smiling, and her powers also got freed now since she's no longer Nice's girlfriend. They say their goodbyes and go their separate ways. We cut over to the Redditor, and bro is still obsessed with Nice. Like let it go bro, you're not him. He did end up figuring out that Ling Ling is now Nice, but then he ends up talking to this octopus that tells him he understands him and offers him the power of fear to become stronger. Like okay, Nice is still recovering from losing a baddie, but Mrs. J reminds him that he should focus on breaking into the top 10 hero rankings. They are planning on beating this villain called Wolf Girl, who's the arch nemesis of Furman, so they can take his spot. Furman is this old school hero that used to be a firefighter that managed to hold up a burning building and save a little girl. That caused his trust value to skyrocket, and after accidentally taking out Esau's arch nemesis, he landed himself in the top 10. You know, I kind of mess with him. He reminds me of like Luke Cage. Anyways, Mrs. J and Nice go to Wolf Girl's hideout, and she explains a bit of her powers, and she basically prints out propaganda to ruin people's perspective of heroes, which lowers their trust score. So you mean to tell me that once again power scaling son takes another W? You know, this basically just means that a power scaling son with enough Twitter clout can completely debunk a hero's trust value. Dragon Ball fans are gonna have every single hero on fraud watch, bruh. Imagine the devastation a gender piece or lobotomy Kaizen could cause in the world of 2B Hero X.
My back!
My back! My back!
My bad. I went on a whole tangent. Nice sweeps the area and finds Wolf Girl's hideout and figured out it's a trap. She rigged explosions to blow up Furman's statue. Furman catches it, saving the little girl, but Wolf Girl pops out the ground, grabbing her. Wolf Girl has Furman in a fork. When the king is in check and another valuable piece is also in line of sight, he gotta make a decision on what he wants to sacrifice, the statue or the girl. And not gonna lie, this is crazy. Just drop the damn statue and save the girl. That's when Nice pulls up, and it's revealed that Wolf Girl was the same little girl who was saved by Furman in the burning building. But watching him become less of a hero and more of a corporate shill and a cop-out, she decided to become a villain to tear him down. Long story short, she basically turned into Syndrome from The Incredibles. After Furman realizes what he has become, he loses all his strength, and my goat Nice swoops in with his increasing trust value, basically absorbing Furman's powers and saving the day. That allowed him to officially enter the top 10 hero rankings. Nice is having a conflict of personality, unsure as to who he wants to be. Seems like he needs a nice long talk with Uncle Iroh. It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Who are you? And what do you want? I just wanted an excuse to put that in, since it's one of my favorite speeches of all time. Anyways, as he's looking out the window, the Redditor... Oh wait. Yeah, okay. Apparently he wants to be referred to as God-Eye. Yeah, we is not calling you that, bro. The Redditor who got some new fear powers pulls back up and exposes Moon for still being alive to the world. This causes Nice's trust value to keep plummeting, but as we know, Ling Ling doesn't care, so he tries to go save Moon anyway, but because the fans don't want him to go save Moon, he's physically unable to. The Hero Association sends in a backup hero to handle it called Blankster, a 6'7", dark-skinned demon, rocking the Vi gauntlets from Arcane. He charges up a right hook but gets blocked by these nanobots like that one guy from Big Hero 6. He evades the 5-piece combo and tries to close the distance, eventually breaking the guard and landing a clean hit. That's when they tell us that these gloves also have the ability to wipe memories with each hit. That's an insane power. The Redditor is kinda locked in though and analyzes his fight style like Tony Stark versus Captain America. He posts a leaked article of Blankster apparently having cheated in one of his amateur boxing matches, which causes his trust score to absolutely plummet. The mind games are dark. Blankster is not doing good at all. He gets knocked out by the Redditor, and imagine that article was just fake news and the people just fell for some misinformation. Like, can someone explain to me in the comments why trust score just dropped so quickly based on almost nothing? They are all just a bunch of fake fans. I know the Senshiig pirates would never. They intercept the broadcast and play Ling Ling's 2B Hero X advert that he showed us in the first episode, which inspires him to try and go save Moon. But with every step he takes, he loses his power. His trust score drops down even more, and eventually transforms back to base. Damn, Ling Ling is back. Even though he came to peace with himself and accepted that he wanted to be a real hero, he's still just Ling Ling, you know? 0 badges, 64 rated bronze player. He aura walks towards the Redditor, but just gets boomed straight away. He gets up and tries to punch him, but gets boomed again and again and again. I'm feeling like Bucky Barnes. Ling Ling refuses to give up, moving like prime Captain America. This is beautiful. He's getting bodied on live television, and it seems like the Redditor is about to deal the final blow. Ling Ling confesses his love for Moon, and Tanjiro headbutts him, breaking his nanotechnology. He sucks him in his jaw and hits him with a Kaiser impact as the animation switches to 2D, giving Ling Ling a boost in his trust score because the people are beginning to rally behind his relentless unwillingness to give up. He's going viral on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, and I don't know what it is, bro. Just seeing bro charge up one more Detroit Smash like All Might vs All for One, and then seeing the animation return to manga format just has me so insanely hyped. The Redditor has been packed, so Ling Ling can go and reunite with his shorty.
I know what my heart wants. What the? We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
Well, I'll be damned. This might be the most generational pump fake of all time. Had me fooled, I can't even lie. Some time passes and Ling Ling is now the new nice and remains in the top 10 hero rankings. We cut over to Moon, who's been stuck on this abandoned island because she forgot her teleportation weapon. She's just been here trying to get someone to save her, and that's when my goat Ling Ling shows up and saves her. We finally got ourselves a happy ending. He gets to be the hero and he gets to keep the girl. What? This shit had me just as perplexed as you, bro. What the fuck is happening? Who is this Ben 10 XLR8 looking ass nigga, bro? And why did he Toji Moon? This was a cliffhanger of doom and despair just for the next episode to cut over to a whole new main character who got his parents killed by traffickers? What's going on? Luckily, this hero with electricity powers shows up and saves him. And hold up, don't tell me he was the one who offed Ling Ling's fine shit. Look at them side by side. Coincidence? I think not. We get a 16-year time skip over the kid, and bro kinda looks like Max McGrath from Max Steel. If you know, you know. That show used to bang. He got a crush on this girl, but don't got the confidence to ask her out. On the side, he performs at kids' birthday parties as the hero we saw earlier called Iso. I can't even lie, even the costume kinda looks like Max Steel's, like his base form costume. I'm just saying, maybe there was a little inspiration. After the performance, this little kid says his buns, but turns out that the kid was his crush's brother. But she doesn't know that Yang Chen is playing Iso and asks him to meet up. This is like when MJ kissed Spider-Man without knowing it's Peter. It's nothing crazy though. She just asks him to hang out with his little brother since he has no friends. They kinda start becoming friends as Yang Chen prepares for this ESO competition thing. Fast forward and he makes it to the 3rd round before getting voted out because he has a trust score of 0, which is meant to be like an unheard of thing. Everyone always has someone that trusts them, like their parents, but because his parents got offed, he has no one. Sha Qing runs into Yang Chen and asks if he wants to go to a Lucky Cyan concert together with Shang Chao. Damn, it seems like he likes her, but his homie also likes her, and he thinks that she likes his homie because he's hella successful and rich. But low-key, I think she likes Yang Chen. This is why I live by the motto, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Sometimes you just gotta let it fly and not worry about superficial things like rejection. My fear of regret is far bigger than my fear of failure. We cut to the next scene and he's sulking in his ESO costume when the little brother says he's going to tell his sister that Yang Chen is the ESO cosplayer when they get snuck. Yo. This is gonna be a speedrun record for kidnapping. They wasted no time. Yang Chen wakes up and holds them down on his bike, and the fact that he's even keeping up is kinda crazy. Biking like broski from Happy Wheels. Dumb Toretto will pull some shit like this and say it was all because of family. He managed to grab the kid, but the bandits catch up to him, putting belt to ass. Nah, Ponytail is Sneak Nation certified. It got blocked, but they set this combo up mad quick. He refuses to give up and continues to protect the kid, grabbing onto both bandits and electrocuting them. The kid he's saving screams out in pure belief, giving him his first trust score, heavily boosting his stats. It's still only 1 trust, but it's enough to clean up those bums as he charges up an electrified punch, knocking them both out. He returns the brother to his crush when she asks to know his name, and right as he's having his big big I am Iron Man moment, his homeboy pulls up. He tries to dip out, but his homie calls him by his name and says that he's here to see him. Apparently the bystanders who recorded him fighting those thugs posted it on social media, increasing his trust score an insane amount. Now that he has his newfound popularity, his homeboy Song Cho decides to become his manager and supporter, as well as his crush Chine. Bro, I am butchering these names, alright? Don't get at me in the comments. They basically go on a giant promotional tour, fighting bad guys, doing promo, and just boosting his rep until it's become an arms race. Old versus young, Lamine Yamal versus Cristiano Ronaldo, Boruto versus Naruto. I'm not gonna lie, his homie is low-key a real one, bro. This man is supporting his day one like Ned to Peter. He's like the guy in the chair. I actually like him. Some time passes and the politics has landed because he gets framed for staging the kidnapping that made him popular, which causes his trust value to drop. The OG ESO's management team basically tried hitting bro with the DMCA copyright claim and want bro to give up on being ESO. They are basically having a court-style debate to prove Young Chen's innocence. When the Redditor? Okay. So I see this must be like a prequel to the Nice and Ling Ling saga. He helps ESO and basically rises proof that Young Chen didn't do anything and he was being set up, which has seemed to work. But this is actually weird because if this is technically a prequel and we saw ESO smoke Ling Ling's girlfriend, does that mean that either the OG ESO or Yang Chen was the one who packed her up? Like I got so many questions. We cut over to Shaching and Yang Chen getting some development in their relationship when this guy in Balenciagas and a blicky pulls up on So Chung and Swiss cheeses him because he thinks it's Young Chen since he's wearing the same mask. And hold up, is that ponytail? Oh hell nah, bruh. Young Chen wasn't able to save his day one because he wasn't fast enough. Damn, my The Boys comparison from earlier isn't even starting to sound that crazy. This superhero business is cruel, man. Young Chen has a rage in his eyes. He goes to speak to Song Cho's father and tells him that he's sorry, but instead of consoling him, he says that if he's truly sorry, he should avenge him. What in the Itachi? Which bro trying to turn him into a demon? The Redditor tells him that he believes ESO may have been involved in the killing of his homie, and he was on timing from then onwards. He instantly hopped on the news and challenged ESO to a squabble for the #1 spot, and that had the whole world shook. Had the streamers out here power scaling. This is how Buggy was moving live streaming Marineford.
Hey, that nigga ESO only got one arm, chat. I don't know if he gonna win this one. Who be feeling like, Shanks?
Young Chen is training with his girl and his uncle, and they are trying to come up with a strategy to win. Shaching is worried about him as it's clear that he's got hella hatred in his heart right now. Anyways, a few days go by and they both pull up on timing as the animation switches to a modern 2D anime. Hatsune Miku? What the hell? Anyways, Chen goes in for the speed blitz head kick, but ESO just stands there, unfazed, before Chen unleashes a barrage of punches, not even slightly moving OG ESO, who is feeling like Gaara. He got that impenetrable defense. He finally decides to counter and uses Haku's ice charge, taking chip damage and pushing Chen back. They start moving like Dragon Ball characters, going blow for blow when ESO creates a lightning whip, landing a 3-piece combo on Chen, sending him flying. Chen uses some long range blaster hits, but ESO's defense is simply too overpowered. It's not even a close match. Chen is just getting ragdolled, but just as it seemed like it was gonna be a clean sweep, ESO gets a call from his manager saying that his fans want to see him use the Thunder Slash, which is supposed to be this overpowered move that leaves him on a long cooldown afterwards. It seems like Gramps made a bunch of Twitter burner accounts to start propaganda online. W prep time. Chen gets up, but he's not doing so good. He equips his Angel Beat Slayer and goes in to close the distance, but he simply can't beat the defense. The animation is beautiful as it low-key seems like Chen is getting faster and faster. He charges up another attack and actually manages to chip apart some of ESO's shield. He keeps up the pressure with an uppercut, actually forcing ESO to fight back. They are going blow for blow, band for band, as Chen's trust score just continues to rise. They are at a stalemate, so finally he drops his defense, raises his arm into the sky like the god of thunder and calls in Sasuke's Kirin. Chen gets ready and charges up to the max, damn near tapping into the speed force, damn near looking like Prime Sonic. As they both go in with 100% of their power, a giant explosion happens and we just cut over to a completely destroyed arena and Chen emerging victorious, killing ESO and taking over his trust value. Damn, bruh. He got his revenge, but at what cost? His girl don't even mess with him no more. And hold up, is that Ankh? Wait. You mean to tell me this man eyes-and everything from the kidnapping to the killing of both Song Cho and paying off the kidnappers? He actually orchestrated everything. Who is this man? Ayano Koji? I'm genuinely perplexed. Like, what does it all mean? What's the point? Wow. So much packed into such a short amount of episodes, yet the story is so amazing. Like, I don't know what it is, but the Chinese have been cooking lately. Season 7, Super Cube, Lord of Mysteries, and now TB Hero X. Hey, all I can say is keep them coming. But yeah, that's it from me. I told you guys, consistent Senshiig is here, so make sure you subscribe and use that new hype feature to hype up the video. And turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. If this video gets around 5k likes, I'll probably cover the rest of the series. Actually, who am I lying to? I'm probably going to cover the rest of the series anyway. YouTube thinks you like this video on screen next, so check it out. That's it from me. Peace.